Hey guys, I've decided that today is a great day to propagate some mint and prune my bush down. I'll show you what I got going on. So for people who don't know, mint is an extremely aggressively spreading plant. So this one lives in this black pot, always has. But with the summer heat and stuff, it's looking a little bit leggy. I've got some great growth on it, but some of these just need a little bit of help. Now what I noticed was my mint is starting to flower. What I'm gonna do today is deadhead it, cut some of these stalks down. I'll show you what to do with the cuttings from it, and then I'll give an update at the end of summer on what this plant looks like and what you can expect from your mint plants. Now, I love chocolate mint because it smells just like a peppermint patty, and I don't know why that's so endearing to me, but it's my favorite smell. So I'm gonna take a look at this stalk that's flowering. This one's huge. This stalk is enormous. I'm gonna cut it probably down here. I think right there is where I want to cut this. I'm going to do the same to this one. I'm going to cut it pretty short. Any of these ones that have flowers on them, I'm going to cut them down real short. Now, the reason that this mint lives in a pot forever and always will, here's my mint stalk, is that it is super aggressive when it spreads. Some people really like that about mint and will plant it places that maybe you don't want grass to grow. But it smells lovely when it's touched. I'm just gonna cut all these flowering bits way down. Now what you get when you prune a plant like this is it's gonna start bushing out, and I'll show you why. And then that's why I'm cutting it kind of short, is because this mint has kind of started growing mostly towards the edges. And I'm trying to force it to grow back in more of like a bush shape. So I'm cutting some of these as low as I can see new growth to get to bush out a little bit more. Now I've cut down my mint. Most of it's right here on the ground. And even on these stalks where the leaves don't look so great, you can see all the new growth on some of these stalks where I pretty much cut everything off. And I've got some new plants coming from the bottom. Here's an example of a plant I cut a few weeks ago, and it's already starting to bunch and branch. Same thing here. Same thing here. Every time you cut your mint, it's gonna get fuller, thicker, bushier. Plant has been ignored by me for a long time because mint doesn't need any help to thrive. That's why it lives in a pot. But because I ignored it for so long, it got the chance to get super tall and it lost a lot of its undergrowth. And so it kind of just looks barren. By cutting it, we start getting these clumps where the mint is a little bit fuller and healthier. And now I've even got mint coming back out of the middle of the plant, which I lost a long time ago. Okay, we're up here at my potting bench, and by potting bench, I mean a folding table that's super warped and not doing super great, but that's where we're at. Here is an example of a mint that I propagated that's starting to come alive. Here's another one. This one looks really good, actually. This one is up for sale at the farmer's market, but I'm kind of thinking I'm gonna keep it. We'll see. We'll see. So here's what we're gonna do to our mint. I'm just gonna take any glass of water. I've got a pretty healthy sized pile of mint. What I'm gonna do is take, this one's got a little bit of growth. I'm gonna pinch those off at the bottom. Because I want about 6 inches. I'm gonna do one more. I want about 6 inches of naked stem. And then a little gloop. And it's just gonna go into the water. And that's it. And in about 7 to 14 days, there'll be new roots coming off of this. I'll change the water out every couple of days. Same thing. Now what I wanna do, this one's got a flower on it. So I'm gonna go down to the clump just below the flower, right where the leaves meet. And we're going to take it off. The flower tells the mint to put all of its energy there, and that's not what I want. 4 to 6 inches into the water. Same thing. It's got a flower. I'm going to go down where the leaves meet. Cut it off. And I think what I'm actually going to do to this mint plant also, I think I'm going to cut it about there, about halfway through. It's pretty tall. I'm going to cut it, same thing, right at the top where those leaves met. Then I've got the end of my mint. I'll pick off the bottom. So I've got this long stem into the water. Top of the plant. Pick off the leaves. Let's do another set. Really cool thing about mint is that all the leaves that I'm picking off and the flowers, they're not wasted. This just makes peppermint tea. I'll finish these off camera so you're not watching me do all 20 plants. Okay, I finished up my leaves. I've got a pretty good pile to make tea with. Here's all my mint babies. Now here's what we're looking for. When we look inside this jar, there should not be any big leaves in it. Leaves that are down in the jar, just like for cut flowers, will cause rotting, and that's not going to help us produce roots. This mint plant has been living outside, so I'm going to continue to let it live outside. I'll go ahead and give you an update. At 7 days, I'll show you what they look like. At 14 days, I'll show you what they look like. And then after they produce roots, they're good to go in pots. Some people plant it in the ground. It's incredibly aggressive. I don't do that. I'll find pots for it around the house. But one of my favorite benefits of mint, other than the fact that it's really pretty, smells really good, and you can make tea out of it, is that wherever I have my mint pot, the deer do not eat plants around it. They do not like the smell. So what I'm going to do is actually start a bunch of little pots of mint and scatter them around my floral gardens just to help repel the deer a little bit. There is to it. You can grow mint and have mint forever. And it's really easy. Also, if you haven't smelled chocolate mint, you should get yourself a plant and try it out. All right. Thanks for joining me on this little garden spotlight. Happy gardening.